everybody's ready for a interesting stream. If anything. Give people a minute to get in here, but 9 a.m. on a Saturday, day after I turned 38. Which, for those who are of the younger variety, I envy you. I envy you a lot, but, you know, I've had an interesting life. But nevertheless, welcome to the stream. My name is Dragnix. I am a YouTube reviewer. I do stream 2 to 3 indie games a week, but I was approached to be part of this wonderful set of streams from the Sentinels of the Store. If you don't know what Sentinels of the Store is, it's basically a defender of game, or defender of the quality of Steam Store. Points out things that are a little bit, you know, not on the up and up in terms of Steam, things like asset flips and things like that. And Mello Online, a good colleague of mine, asked me if I wanted to be part of a series of streams for Doctors Without Borders. I'm all for that. And I thought, well, what would be the most appropriate to do this? Well, obviously, the most appropriate thing to do is play Doctor games. And that is why we've got Trauma Center Second Opinion. It came out on the Wii. It was a release title for the Wii. And it is a game where it starts off as a reasonable doctor. You know, you're performing surgeries. You're a surgeon. It shows its anime influences very quickly into its timeline of events. And rather than talk more about it, probably should just, play the game. Now, we'll play on normal. You'll understand that why in a bit. And I'm going to start a new game. Now, I thought about, maybe starting a little bit later into things, but I think for the purposes of this game specifically, the storyline elements, it made sense to start from the beginning, even if it starts up a little bit slowly. So we are at Hope Hospital, located in downtown Angeles Bay. Yes, this is in Los Angeles. In the Japanese game, it is not in Los Angeles. This was a localization item from Atlas USA, who localized the game for the US. Since its inception, Hope has selflessly served its community. Like every hospital. One of the newest doctors here is still in need of guidance. That would be us. He strives to improve out an earnest desire to help people. Dr. Derek Stiles will soon come to realize his full potential. Yes, Derek Stiles. Now, Derek Stiles, as opposed to AJ Styles, I'm a wrestling fan, if you haven't picked up with that. The name is purposeful in terms of what it means. If you notice, Derek Stiles' initials are DS. DS being the system that this originally came out on, with Trauma Center Under the Knife. Trauma Center Under the Knife was a DS version of this game in terms of, it was the original game of the Trauma Center series, and this is a Wii remake, which I'll get into in a little bit, but let's continue the story, shall we? Hope Hospital consultation room. The patient is moved to the pre-op area. This is Mary Fulton, Hope's Hospital's veteran surgical assistant. You can't do surgeries by yourself. You need somebody handing you the tools and everything that you need. Injuries located on his forearm, still fully conscious. We should be receiving blood test results from the lab any minute now. If you're asking me to do voices, you do not want that. You do not want that at all. Looks worse than it is. He's not in any danger. You may say he got lucky. Greg Castle. These don't have as obvious references like the Derek Stiles was. By the way, Derek Stiles, the DS. Stylus, the control pattern of the DS version. Again, makes a little bit of sense. And this is who we're playing as. Derek Stiles, age 26, an inexperienced surgeon and a story's made character. Just completed his residency, which I think you would have a couple of surgeries under your belt at that point. But, you know, who needs surgeries? Who needs any of that? Who needs experience? Stay calm and keep steady. Alright. So, start of every mission, you have a chart here that tells you about the person you're operating on. This is Kevin Turk. He is 73.8 inches, 165.4 pounds. Lacerations of foreign objects in the upper right brachium. Requires removal of the foreign objects and suturing of any wounds, which we will be doing. And by the way, before I begin, this is obviously for a charity stream. This is in Doctors Without Borders, and you will notice at the top of the screen there is a Tiffify for the stream itself in terms of donations. You can find it in the description on YouTube for those who are watching it there. In Twitch, I believe it's in a description of some sort, but you could always go to my Twitter and just, I think I've linked it there, as well as it will be linked at certain points. Patient Garrett just arrived in an ambulance. He lost control of his motorcycle and crashed through a glass door. Lovely. Number of lacerations, which you've begun to hemorrhage. Glass fragments lodging in the right forearm. Cosmetic surgeon is out on medical side, but you should be able to handle the stitching. It's very straightforward. Two main objectives. Suture any lacerations, extract fragments of glass from underneath the patient's skin.
Starting the operation.
Now, I'm going to play this like a new player, in terms of I'm not going to go as fast to try to show you exactly what's going on, but know that I've played this a little bit.
Let's begin.
Here's our patient. Let's be average. You should start with those lacerations. Take the stitching needle to suture their wounds. I'm using the
suture in a zigzag pattern.
Wii remote and the nunchuck. And what we do is just go back and forth on the laceration and take care of it. Forceps, grip the glass fragments by pressing both fingers, and once you have it, slide it out. Put it on the tray.
That's good.
Visible glass has been extracted. We need to care of the smaller wounds. Take the antibiotic gel, place it on there, place it on there.
Isn't it?
It's sort of a way to just get rid of the small ones without stitching up. I don't know if that's an actual thing in terms of like the antibiotic gel is obviously a thing, but I don't know if it cures things that easily, but you know, video games. Some lasers are embedded in the patient's arm as well. We'll need to strap them, make an incision. So we disinfect with the antibiotic gel.
Let's move on.
And then using
Remember
the Wii
to be
remote,
careful.
we cut open his arm.
Dr. Styles.
Grab that. Grab that. Grab that. If you don't do it in the right direction in terms of hitting the wound, very similar to something
Dr.
like
Styles.
what Operation, the board game, you will take some damage on this health
Let's
up
move
here.
on.
And so we're gonna just disinfect this wound and
That's
just place a
good.
nice bandage on it.
Good job, Dr. Styles.
Make sure you review what we did today when you have a chance. Simple surgery to begin with, nothing too crazy. No mistakes, and you get scored. So no mistakes, stage score, vital bonus. So that's, you know, how well the patient is still feeling afterward. Time bonus, how long do you take? A C. Obviously, not exactly the greatest of scores to begin with, but again, I am going in more of what a player would play normally. I'm not going to go in fast. I want you guys to understand how interesting this game is. Because it doesn't have a lot of equivalents. There's things like Surgeon Simulator, but with the Wii controls in particular and the motion controls, this was a launch title for the Wii, mind you. This was available from day one. Granted, it was already on the DS and under the knife form, but it's fascinating how well it holds up in a lot of ways. It has some issues, don't get me wrong, but it is nice. Now, one of the things that they did do for the Wii version of the game, you'll notice over here there is a difficulty as we chose the start. You have hard, you have normal, and you have easy. That was actually a request from Atlus USA. Atlus USA is the localization branch of Atlus who published this game and is known for such games as Persona and the Shin Megami Tensei series. Alright, well, I'll get more into that. Judging with the MRI, the tumor is isolated in his stomach. Yes, we're dealing with tumors now. It's benign, but you should be prepared for anything. It may attack you. You think I'm joking, but trust me, not as simple as that. Huh? Oh, yep, I'm fine. Thanks anyway. Are you even listening? I know you're stressed, but this just happens to be your job. Well, I mean, stop yelling at me and I'll be okay. You getting enough sleep? No. You need at least 6 hours a night. Sure, they went over that in med school. Yes, the charity stream should be live. It should be ready to go. If it isn't, I don't know what I did wrong. I mean, the Tiltify should be currently up in terms of the description in YouTube. I mean, actually, I'll check that right here. Hate YouTube. I hate YouTube's new output. Okay, give me a second. So you can donate via Tiltify, and I will do that in a second. So in the YouTube, in the chat, there is a link to the Tiltify, done by Mellow Online. It is where you can donate directly to the cause. It's about $600 right now. It should be in the description of the YouTube, although I'm having some trouble finding the description of the YouTube. I haven't done live on YouTube in a while. I usually do it on Twitch, but you can find that in the any way to pin that link now? Let me see. There we go. Should be pinned on the top of the link on the chat. We shouldn't still have to babysit you. They baby grounds it up and open an investigation. It has been weird sometimes with YouTube and Streamlabs in terms of what they see. Sometimes it seems like it updates after the fact. Anyway, there may be grounds to open investigation. The impaired medical and social development of Dr. Derek Stiles. Man, she's ruthless, but probably one of the most talented nurses because, you know, ruthless, but, you know, good at the job. None of your business. It is going to be our business in a little bit here. I mean, and technically she is. We'll get to that. Oh, hey, Slimy Bear. Nice to see ya. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming in and checking out the stream. Today we did the exercise a tumor in the patient's still stomach. 2 years ago, tested indicated that it was small and benign. However, it's grown rapidly and started to hemorrhage. At this rate, it may become malignant. talk with Mr. Laurie, we decided to remove it. There's one objective of this operation. Exercise remove the tumor in the patient's distal stomach. Which nurse or director are you thinking of putting on in this game? My fiance is in the other room, but the Iron Vixen is definitely a
Starting the operation.
Fun character. We'll get to her in maybe by the end of the stream. Maybe.
Let's
This
begin.
will be a laparotomy. You need to open this abdomen. You've done this before. Don't be anxious. When you say don't be anxious, it makes me think.
What
be
are you
anxious.
doing?
Now you see there, I actually missed the cut. I'm using the Wii remote to do that. No need to rush. We're
Dr.
going to treat a
Stiles.
tumor, but his vitals are dropping. You need to use the syringe in stabilized condition. So this is the life juice, as I
That's
call
good.
it.
Dr. Stiles.
His vitals get better when you put in life juice. Don't know if that's the equivalent of just fluids in regular area.
See? It's
Okay.
simple.
We found a tumor. We're going to
Dr. Stiles.
exercise it. So we start that. We'll use the Powell procedure, which I think is a real procedure. We'll drain it first.
Keep it steady.
Put the
That's
stuff around
good.
it. Then we got to cut the stuff with the scalpel.
You did very well.
Grab the tumor.
That's good.
Remove the tumor in the beginning. You need to apply a synthetic membrane to stop bleeding. Put the membrane on.
Dr. Stiles.
I am playing this on original Wii hardware. This is not an
Treatment
emulator. I am
complete.
using a Motion Plus Wii controller, which I don't think actually is supported by this game, considering it was a launch title. But it is right in front of me. I don't emulate most anything. The only time I will emulate is if I think the performance is that bad on the old one that I can't get working with something like Elgato, that I would do it, but I
Good
have
job,
not
Dr.
emulated
Stiles.
anything like that. It's just one of those things where I just feel like it is my opinion in terms of what I show on my channel, of giving you the experience that I would get in terms of like what the game originally came out on. Sure, emulators are great. Emulators can really enhance the situation, but I want to show you exactly what the game played as for somebody who bought the hardware and bought the game. And not to say that those people don't have them, but it's more of a, okay, this is what the developers showed originally. Doctor tells you you're doing good for 4 hours. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice. Patient safety always comes first. You're getting better every day. Keep up the good work. Yeah, you gave me a C, though. Scoring in this game is very based on doing it fast and doing it accurately. And again, when on a stream and talking to people, not exactly the easiest thing to pull off. And trying to explain what's going on. Is it not very hard to record and stream Wii games though? I haven't had really a lot of problem with the Wii in terms of streaming. Granted, I'm known as the indie guy. I'm the guy who does a lot of indie Steam games. I've had more trouble with the PlayStation 2, honestly. The converters out there that convert it to HDMI sometimes can be iffy. Dino Crisis was a good example. I streamed the entirety of Dino Crisis, and every now and again, I get a blue screen with the conversion, which was annoying, to say the least. The Wii has actually been one of probably the better ones I've experienced. So our nurse is going off and finding work somewhere else, because that's what happens. I mean, you find a better job or somewhere near the family, and our doctor is having some problems. Oh, I even spoke with my husband about it. Oh, I told him there's a kid who depends on me. Well, I mean, yes. She got the jokes. There's something still here. Oh, hi, Dr. Hoffman. I'm not interrupting anything. So this is the director of the hospital, old surgeon, but he retired. We'll get into it. It was so weird to learn a few days ago the Wii first-person horror game that was made. Yeah, I saw that video. It's on my watch list. I am interested in watching it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. People say that the Wii was overrated at times, and I don't know where those people come from in terms of like the Wii had some of the most interesting games thanks to its control scheme, like Second Opinion. Nintendo's always been pushing the bounds in pretty much everything but graphics. We're playing Persona 3? You're not gonna stop nursing, are you? Did it help you? Yeah, 3. I'm assuming that's the original Persona 3. Wish I could stay a little longer from learning you. Don't be honest, you already know what I taught you. Dr. Hoffman, good luck with your new job. Don't be a stranger, right? We'll see you again, maybe. I don't remember. I mean, to me, the Wii is always going to be the stepchild, but we love him nonetheless. I think the Wii, as time goes on, gets more appreciation. We had a lot of shovelware, don't get me wrong. It had a lot of shit, but it also stands out as like, you have the Xbox 360, you have the PS3, PS2, and everything like that. They all have their pluses, but the Wii was one of those ones where it's like, there are a lot more reasons for me to go back and play a Wii game with its different controls and different concepts than some other consoles. Because again, emulation, other elements that would be, like, you've got some more stuff there. You know, I somewhat disagree with that in terms of, like, a lot of the games that I really enjoyed during that time came from the Wii in terms of, like, I do remember things like the original, the Punch-Out for the Wii. Like, it was different. Granted,
starting the operation.
They a lot of them really had some issues with the motion gimmick, and sometimes they put in at times that they shouldn't have.
Let's begin.
And the controls, I mean, the precision's not always there, but
Good luck.
all right, the pancreatic membrane is inflamed, so we'll need an anti-inflammatory. So we get rid of them like
Let's
that.
move on.
Ultrasound, we gotta get rid of these tumors.
Just 2 more. Try to be careful.
Grab the wrong thing there, and the health took a hit. Now, at any point, you can
Styles.
always put more health into your character, like this. Granted, if there are like active bleeds or things like that, you are going to feel it. But as you can see in this early game, it's very
1 more left.
reasonably okay in terms of like dealing with it. Okay, get that open. Grab you.
You did
Put
very
that on
well.
there.
See? It's simple.
I mean, I'm always really focused. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have ADD. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, you'll see that that was bad. One of the things in this game is that the accuracy in terms of things like the
Well done.
precision that you need can get annoying at times, especially with some of the speed portions. Yes, I am streaming Rhythm Doctor next week, as well as Thymesia, which is a game that is based off you playing as a plague doctor. Did a great job, Derek. It looks like I have nothing to worry about. So my whole theme is that if I'm going to play for Doctors Without Borders, why not play doctor games? Granted, some of those interpolations are a little bit out there, but Now, this is, even though it is a game, like an actual game, this has a lot of visual novel elements in it. There's gameplay, but this has got anime story elements to it. So these episodes that there are black bars are actual, just game, just story. This one was more than a great notion. She looked at us after we're the actor indie guy get posted about how long he is and his total was 500. That's, you'll have to link me that because I mean I'm always looking out to see things like that. I mean I do stream 2 to 3 games a week and try to get as much exposure. For those who don't know, my YouTube is basically doing reviews of indie games. Specifically, I think the thing I'm most known for is doing overlooked games list for each year at the end of the year, usually of all the games I stream. It's a very big compilation in terms of like trying to find them, but it takes a lot of effort, and most everything I do is, besides the reviews, which I do request keys for, but I do disclose all that, most everything is out of my own pocket because I love games. I love indie games in particular. And I like quirky games like this. You're not going to see me... I do like some AAA games, but you're going to see me more playing something like this than a Call of Duty, even though I do like zombies back in the day. Oh, look, we have somebody who's late. She's late for a reason, but... That's not a great way to start off, Styles. On the way here, I saw a man get hit by a car as he was crossing the street. I mean, it's a good reason to be late. You're nurse, you come, somebody gets hit by a car, usually verifiable. Oh. Very dedicated to her job. All right, we move on to Singing the Blues. As you can see, the game eases you into the surgeries because in the early going, you're trying to get used to the motion controls. You're trying to get used to everything here. Hello, Dr. Styles. You were supposed to be here 15 minutes ago. Patients shouldn't have to wait just because you're behind schedule. Thank you for linking that. Sheep viewers on blah blah blah. Would you on Twitch? Well, here's the thing about that. Oh, well, you know what? I'll deal with that. I'll deal with that later. Not worth that. I hate those things. You know, if you're gonna become big on YouTube, do it yourself. If you're gonna become big on Twitch, don't you do it yourself. If you're buying for stuff, what do you have a doc. So today's surgery will be removing a polyp from your throat. How are you feeling? It's important us to know any changes in your condition. There could be problems if anything unexpected happens. It's been years working part-time, keeping the dream alive. Now we finally landed a contract with a big-time record producer. My throat's screwed up. So what? If something goes wrong, I wasted my life? We're hoping for the best. Now this is establishing that Dr. Styles isn't necessarily the greatest doctor right now. Because really, that statement does make sense in a lot of things, but telling that directly to someone in the medical field, I could see that being a problem. I could see that being, wait, you're hoping for the best. We're going to do our best. Fine. Hoping? It sounds like you're going to, whatever happens, happens. And as you can see with Angie here in a second, I'm just telling him everything is going to be fine. Wait, what? Don't you even read your own notes? You know he was nervous about this. So she's indicating that he's not doing his homework. That telling him that, hey, You need to understand your patients. Proper bedside manner. I don't think she would work well with Dr. House. Let's just put it that way. Another firecracker. Polyp clusters confirmed in the trachea due to internal hemorrhaging and hemostatic laser procedures that are necessary. Yes, we're using lasers. Started feeling pain in his throat about a month ago. He's been coughing up blood since then. Now he's in trouble breathing. He's a rock center. It's likely a polyp has developed due to strained bronchial tubes. Nothing life-threatening, but considering the patient's career, it's serious enough to warrant surgical intervention. Possible to recover. What's your opinion, Dr. Castle? Good plan. Good plan. So we drain the blood, locate the source of the patient's distress, use the laser to remove it. Don't kill him. I wish they would
Starting the operation.
The end of everything. Just don't kill him, please. Please, for the love of God, don't kill him. I do like that they really do vary the surgeries from mission to mission, like the location and everything like that. There's not a lot of...
Dr. Styles? Use the magnification. There.
So we got the magnification. So we go a little bit closer, which I think is specific to this version of the
Dr.
game.
Styles?
We're going to use the laser to burn these things off.
Dr. Styles?
And it's telling you maybe doing them all at once, not necessarily the greatest of options.
Removal complete. There.
So now we got to magnify again, zoom in. As you can see there, I can actually put the stuff down and then hit the laser and still do everything that I need to do, which is actually somewhat of a good technique, at least in certain ways.
Proceed as normal.
Now, where these things are coming from after the fact, no idea. Why didn't we see it before? Are they just reforming? Good question. Don't have an answer. We're just going to top him off a little bit so that we have better points at the end. Nope, that's not the one I want.
Treatment complete.
All right, close the patient up.
Almost done.
Successful or not? Yeah. I mean, it does not go into the horrors of insurance, unfortunately. Although it does bring up some issues regarding that during the story, which was nice to see. I don't remember.
Good work, Doctor.
So she's not believing in him. She thinks he's a slacker, which technically, at this point of the story, he is. A little better on that one. Nice to see. Well, Mr. Cox, your operation was a complete success. Don't try to speak yet. Your throat needs a rest for a few days. Don't worry, though. A week from now, you'll be belting out power ballads good as new. Don't ask your patient for some concert tickets. Especially when your nurse is like, what the hell? Uh-oh. You always know that some shit is going down when a subtitle reads a real whatever you're doing. Like, you could be a real person. Be a real... Thank you so much, Doctor. Take care now. Well, that looks like our last walk-in for the day. Angela, let's start a pre-op at around 1 o'clock, okay? Just pointing out that there are some choices. Oh. He's just brushing it off like there's nothing here. I don't know how common that is in the medical industry. Because, I mean, there's a lot of effort to become a doctor. You got to go through a lot of medical school. You're always learning about new procedures. You're always, like, it's just, you're always learning. Mix blood to save lives. Yes, the Valhalla of the medical field. I'm so looking forward to Nirvana, but just like, okay, come on, when's it coming? I know that they had some stuff that came up, but it's just like, I'm
Starting
ready.
the operation.
I'm ready. Any info? Please? Like, I don't usually get
Let's
that
begin.
excited for game. Like, I always get interested in games, but like, I don't get like horribly excited because there's so many games out there. It's like it's hard to keep up.
What the?
All right, so we gotta take the. Now, as you can see,
Proceed as normal.
it is going down a little bit here, so we're gonna want to get some health in there. You're gonna try to get as much of the polyps here, or I don't know if it's called polyps, but stuff as possible, and you don't want to miss like you saw there. Just having a little bit more health just to be able to get through it is nice. Now, one of the things on hard mode is that bar for that health starts a lot lower, and it can only go up a certain amount. So hard mode really pushes it. All right, so we're gonna get that. Grab that. Place that on there. Your beard is school. I mean, listen, I never said I was a good doctor. I'm just playing a doctor on Wii.
Proceed as normal.
Getting pretty low here in terms of health, but we want to get this on. If you go to 0, usually that's game over. There are exceptions to that, but you really don't want to be anywhere near that. Also indicated something's not right, which of course it's not. It's a video game that's going to go over the top at a certain point. Give me a second. You're kind of quiet versus the game volume. Okay. Let me up this a little bit. I apologize. Yeah, the menu is a little bit loud at times. The sound can be a little bit inconsistent in terms of what it plays in game. So
Dr. Styles?
I'll adjust it in a second. Let me get through this surgery.
We got it.
There must be something else. The patient's vitals don't usually stabilize right after the operation, but we need to at least check his blood test results. All right, so we're gonna use everything. Try to find.
There.
That's because I am multi-streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. Definitely understand, Vavitas. Sound levels have always given me problems in terms of what is a good one and what's not. Oh man, that was really off. Yeah, I'm trying multi-streaming just because, you know, more eyes on things. Didn't do that good, but that's all right because we're here for the experience. Oh, hey, Edgy, thank you for your help in there. I'd like to have a word with you about the last operation. Is there something wrong with my bedside manner? White blood counts and goblin counts are rising rapidly. I noticed inflammation among the patient's petroleum. You should re-examine immediately and consult his regular doctor. Not taking his patients seriously, and he's going to go do a symposium. No. I've got Twitch chat up. I got YouTube chat up. I want both of them. No problem. Oh, he's ready for the symposium, guys. Oh, my cell phone. Derek, where are you? The patient is in critical condition. Get back here right now. Uh-oh. Mess up. A tube of metastasized behind his lungs, which then began swelling. Continued to fester. So 30 minutes ago, when the tumor ruptured. He's in shock. Take her seriously, and look what happens. Shit hit the fan. Because when it rains, it's a downpour. Patient is critical condition. Where are you? I told you where I was, but I understand you didn't have much information to base a decision on. And I do admit the tumor was difficult to see from the x-ray. The laboratory left you several memos about the patient. I understand they pointed out his extremely high readings. More than that, you dumped your responsibilities on a nurse immediately following a very delicate operation. I mean, it wasn't... I know. She's pissed. Absolutely pissed, and reasonably so. And I mean, like, for some jobs, you know, I'm off the clock. It's understandable. With a doctor, on the other hand, I mean, listen, if you're off the clock and stuff happens to your patient, you got to get back there. I mean, it's one of the reasons why doctors are a lot more compensated, because, at least in my opinion, because they have to be on call. Shit hits the fan. You're not a real doctor. You're just playing one on the Wii. I mean... And now he's going to go into a... I'm really screwed up. I can be a patient. I'm trying my best to do a city and serious. I like the fact that he's telling this to himself out loud in the middle of... What I'm assuming is... See, this is one of those localization things. This is obviously downtown, like some downtown... Japan / anything like that. I mean, all the Japanese in the background. This is not Los Angeles. You could make the argument that maybe there's a form of Chinatown, but not really. But this is one of these things that we don't pay as much attention to because the game makes up for it in a lot of other ways. Yeah. Oh, he's going the full emo route here. I'm apparently useless as a doctor. Hey, yeah, it's me. You're never gonna believe what I saw. Crazy accident on Walnut between a truck and an SUV. Drivers flew the street. Huh? No, it really happened. Now, this is one of those moments in the story where I'm like, you're a hospital and you have no emergency doctors on call. I don't necessarily believe you. I mean, for a game and its, you know, chaotic nature, it makes a storyline. But it's one of those things where it's like maybe there's a series of doctors that are tied up because of a bunch of crashes. But, you know, drama. The drama llamas are always going to be out. Dr. Styles, the patient who was suffering cardiac arrest, and I couldn't resuscitate him. All the nurses are busy with Dr. I can't, what am I supposed to do? I actually really do not like this portion. She's an experienced nurse. She seems to get, like, really, like, upset by this, like she doesn't know what to do. Everything that we know about her, this proves otherwise. But, again, for the drama, maybe she gets overwhelmed? Look what you YouTuber Gaslight Struckley Hospital at 10. You know what? Yeah, where are your doctors? Want to save his life. Pretend this is over. Calm down, think things through. You have to get a pulse.
I will save this patient.
You will save this patient. Okay, as you can see, things are not necessarily doing well from the beginning here.
Vitals are critical. Be careful.
Okay, so we got to use the defibrillator. This is one of the unique things, I believe, about Second Opinion. First, we move the paddles, which is meaning actually pushing the motion controls here. So we push it down. And we have to hit that green to... It's very...
We have a
There we go.
pulse.
Yes, of course we are. All right, so we're going to take care of these lacerations. Yes, that was bad. We can go slow, or we can go really fast. Sometimes, the game can be very weird about how it scores that stuff. We do part of lobectomy. So sometimes it's like, oh yeah, everything's good. And sometimes it's like, wait, what? Cut open. We couldn't go over 30, by the way.
That's impossible.
We're gonna save this patient.
Oh, you have to be careful.
Get all that glass out of the heart. I'm pretty sure that all this glass would really be a problem. Don't know if a heart could take all that. Wait, we have a pulse. What?
What is that?
And now you're starting to understand how ridiculous at times this game can be. Where that giant big glass shard came from?
Concentrate. Don't die on me.
What's happening?
I won't let him die.
What just happened?
Does our doctor have some unknown power of being able to slow down time to do surgeries? The answer is yes, but yes, this is what we're getting into in this game. This is the tip of the iceberg because yes, he has slow down powers that makes him be able to do surgeries faster. It's not unrealistic, it's just a Florida man. You do have a point there. You are a real doctor. Thank you.
Well
Dr.
done,
Styles.
Dr. Styles.
Oh, all it took was somebody getting into a car crash and having 9 pieces of glass, or 7 pieces, 6 and one big one, in their heart, to prove that I was a real doctor. Although I keep on getting called a rookie doctor. I mean, I hope they would agree to come in. She gets a rest. We were in surgery for a long time. Oh, you get the uplifting music. He's going to become better. He's going to become the best surgeon. It also helps that he has a skill that is going to be great for him in terms of being able to do surgeries that no one else could. But, you know, we overlook that. Now, this is the one part I'm like, what about him is unpresentable right now? I'm assuming is the fact that in the last part of the story, he was out in the pouring rain, and thus maybe he was a little bit wet, but obviously with these character portraits, it's not going to show that. With that said, reasonably, like a little bit unreasonable. Now, we have completed chapter 1, and this is where the game starts having some branching elements. This is a whole new doctor. This is a different doctor, and this is, I believe, I want to say it's unique to the Wii version, the Trouble Setter Second Opinion. We're gonna leave this for now. We're gonna wait for a couple of them to come up, but know that this is going to intersect with the story later down the road. We're just gonna go to dormant ability, and this is where I think I'm gonna start struggling. If I remember, maybe I don't remember if it's this one. And by struggling, I played through a good amount of the game before this just to get me under the understanding what's going on, but Derek, pay attention. So he's trying to figure out what happened in that last surgery. He's like, time slowed down now, and now he's daydreaming and start taking your job seriously. He is. He's just trying to figure out what. All right, so Pat Pratt, multiple thrombi present due to waist blockage. So we gotta get rid of that thrombi, dizziness and nausea, accumulated in the spleen. Like clipping near that area with the forceps. Move all thrombi in the vessels.
Let's begin the operation.
All right. In operation. Done.
Let's begin.
Cool. I feel like there's a better word to use than cool and stuff like this. So this is
Doctor.
contrast mediums working well. We compared the. So we're gonna amplify it, and we're gonna
Doctor.
try to find these things.
There.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab
Then
them,
forceps.
the forceps,
Drain
cut them
the
out,
area.
and then use antibiotic gel to get rid of them. Now, we really want to avoid them going in there. As you can see, they do cause a bit of a problem if they get to the heart. So these we really do want them to not get there. This is where the surgeries start having an uptick of like difficulty in terms of like everything you have to do.
Vitals dropping.
You see the vitals are dropping. We need to get some life juice in him. And yep, death. So this is where the game gets a little bit harder in terms of like having to keep up with things, because there's a lot going on here. So I'm going to not bend over, but sit up in my chair and take this a little bit more seriously. There is a big jump in the difficulty on
Let's begin
on
the
chapter
operation.
2, because you just have more shit you got to do in a smaller amount of time. Granted, there are ways of dealing with that, but
Let's begin. Doctor. Doctor. There.
we want to get everything out, and then we
Then forceps. Drain the area.
as you can see, like even during that time, like more of them were coming. And what we want to try to do is get him.
Vitals dropping.
Damn. All right, let's try that again. Oh right, no, it's not the. I keep on doing this wrong. I did this first time around because I'm not doing. So, I'm not paying attention to what Angie's saying because everything before this point tells you to use the antibiotic gel, and I'm realizing that this is. I did this
Let's
too
begin the
when I
operation.
replayed it too. You're actually supposed to drain it. So getting rid of it gets rid of the wound, but they just come back.
Let's begin.
So this is why you should listen to your nurse. Okay. I've caused him irreparable harm even before I got in.
Doctor. Doctor. There. Then forceps.
So then we hit
Drain the
these,
area.
and then we...
Doctor!
Although, I don't know why it's not draining some of them.
Treatment complete. Proceed as normal. Doctor!
Change of blood is the suspended moment blood like the throat. Okay,
Concentrate.
Everything's slowing down. I did it again.
Vitals dropping.
Grab that, grab that. I really do wish it showed you a little bit more of what was going on in terms of the different, like a different color maybe of the blood or something. Or like something to indicate what's drained and what's not.
Amazing.
So things get a little bit more crazy. And then we put that down.
Nice work, Dr. Styles.
So not the greatest, but you know, you're here for more of the experience of the game more than anything else. Well, thanks, Angie. Good way of handling that. What are they trying to tell? From the tapes? Well, we're gonna find out in Master Surgery. Called you today to warn you about something. Dr. Kelso told you you showed potential for the healing touch. Ah, we're getting into the anime bullshit. Okay. Healing touch? You don't know? No. Doctors with the healing touch can cure incurable diseases. Yes, we're going there. They can even save patients coming within an inch of death. We don't know how long this gift has existed, but the Greeks believed such doctors were descendants of Asclepius. The Greeks come up a lot in this, and I'm assuming that's because people think they're the basis of modern medicine. It just finds that interesting. Keenest judgment, unbreakable focus, and unmatched surgical skill. Any changes during operations? Well, sometimes it starts to feel like time is moving much more slowly. You need to forget about them. These things are unnecessary. What? Yeah, that's what I say. What? If you pursue this, yes, you will become an unparalleled surgeon. But are you prepared for the pain that would bring you? Derek, a doctor's hands are heavy with responsibility. Patients depend on us. They put their lives in our hands. Can you imagine how heavy that burden would be with the healing touch? So he's basically saying, yeah, you're skilled, but it's going to put a shit ton of pressure on you. And you'll never be happy. Right now, you're standing at a large door knocking. Can you knock? The door will eventually open. Well, that's great. But you would also turn your back on it and would stay closed. I had to take a vacation. It's almost like he has experience with the healing touch now, doesn't he? I'm hinting at something, but yes. What's wrong, Derek? Shouldn't you be checking on your patients? Dr. Castle, do you think I should stop trying to improve as a doctor? So you spoke with Hoffman. He knows. Oh, that old man. He did something about this because the statement, should I stop improving as whatever I'm doing in my chosen field, is probably a red flag of red flag. I was hoping the news about your abilities motivate you to stop operating again. Music goes out. Back when the director was still operating a patient, he named that skill the healing touch and accepted its gifts. Dramatic music. What? He has it too? Yes. But then something happened. He hasn't operated on anyone since. Oh, because of one mistake. So one mistake happened and he stopped it. I need to take command. Can't be halfway with something like this. One simple mistake changed the doctor's entire life. He delved too far into something he couldn't even understand. Many people can't understand because what the hell's going on? You can't control its power, that it's gonna cost you. We have to make our own decision. Bobbity blue. So this is the part where you're going to see me fail a lot. Because this is personal training. There's a way that we can now activate our healing touch.
Starting the operation.
So we're dealing with a pretend heart here. Power, I could do this. First, I'll recall the procedure. I'm looking at the patient. Let's see. I think I tensed my index finger, Z.
Concentrate.
Tense up my other hand, B.
This is all wrong. Concentrate. This is all wrong. This is all wrong.
And you have to
This is all wrong.
make this
This is all
star.
One more time.
And now we got
This is
we do
all
it
wrong.
without it.
This is all wrong. This is all wrong.
I have to be quicker and more
This is all
precise.
wrong. One more time.
As you
This
can
is all
see,
wrong.
doing a
This is all
star that quickly can
This
be
is all wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong.
a
This is all
difficult
wrong. This
task.
is all wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong.
Oh, no. That's the problem with this original Wii. Like, some of the motion controls can get a little bit iffy in terms of execution. Drawing a star really quickly like that can be a problem, especially in the middle of a surgery where shit is going down. I really wish they made it a little bit more of a, like, I understand they wanted to make it more difficult, but like a star with the stylus was a lot easier in my opinion. But with the controller, it can be like the line, you don't have as much precision, but you're not using like a pen to paper. Craving satanic roots in your patients for predicting healing powers. Listen, if it heals them, just because they have a star now carved into their chest doesn't mean that they will not be grateful. Hopefully. Get the conference started, huh? Yeah. She's really yelling at him again. Multiple aneurysms that form on the surface of the large intestines require sedative treatment and suturing of affected vessels. Like, I mean, if it saved my life, sure, satanic, like, you got a star carved onto me, I'll wear it as a badge of honor. You gotta get these aneurysms under control. Treat the aneurysms on the outer membrane of the patient's large intestines. Inject a sedative to reduce the size, excise, and suture the vessel close.
Let's begin the operation.
Let's begin.
So we need to hurry, supposedly. Cool. All right, so what we got to do?
Doctor,
We got to magnify the area.
be careful.
Inject the sedative.
Well done.
Exercise.
Now's your chance.
Place it on the tray. You have to
Doctor.
reconnect the foot were cut, but there's a lot of blood. Drain the blood. Okay.
Then
Now
forceps.
press anastomus. You need to manually connect one side to another. So we actually pull it over and then suture it
Good
to
work.
get rid of it. Let's close them. Cease magnification. Why are you not
Aha.
What, again? Alright, so we do that. Grab that. Drain the blood.
Then forceps.
And then, oh, they're just reappearing.
Doctor!
Now we don't want that to get too big. Oh God. Let's take care.
Please be careful, Doctor.
Let's take care of one first, and then this is gonna burst because it. Oh no, I got it in time. If they get too big, they will burst, and we will take a lot of life damage.
Well done. Doctor!
And then we want to make sure this doesn't burst.
Vitals
Yeah,
dropping.
I know vitals are dropping. I'm gonna put some more in this, grab this, put some more in this. Settled for the time being. We should wait the moment to, and I know that we're not going to because
This isn't good. Maybe your ability... Doctor!
they're gonna burst, I know, but
Doctor!
it's telling me I need to use the healing touch here. Funny thing is,
Please be careful, Doctor.
I don't need to.
Please be careful, Doctor.
doctor. So we did. Now, here's the thing. It assumes that you have to do that. And I hope it doesn't do what I had happen to me yesterday, which I will get to in a
Nice work, Dr. Styles.
So it makes the assumption that you activated the healing touch here. Because all those 4 at once could have left you in an interesting dilemma. The thing is, you can do it without it. So I understand you figured out how to control the healing touch. Okay, yeah, sort of. You develop... I mean, I didn't in that one. Huh? What the... I know it won't be easy, but you didn't take the job because... And we pass out. Sorry, I saved you, but you had to sell your soul to the Dark Souls. God, sorry. That's all right. So, Derek has... Apparently the healing touch, even though we didn't use it, has a price to it. That being, like, he just passed out. Are you prepared for the pain that will bring you? Became a doctor so I could help people. Of course. But, you know. Where am I? The ceiling. What am I doing here? Dr. Styles! Angie, what happened? After Mr. Kovacic, you just collapsed. You've been asleep for 3 days. Mind you, he's been asleep for 3 days. That's a lot. But I never activated the power, so he just has problems. So I'm pretty sure that Dr. Styles is a sickness of his own. I called another doctor. They all died. For BUD for using the hidden touch like that. But why would you... That ability puts a tremendous amount of physical strain on your body. It's too risky. What if you collapse in the middle of a procedure? I didn't even use it. But without my healing touch, Mr. Kovac might have died. No, he wouldn't have because I didn't use it. Little bit of a weird element. But I do like the fact that he's like, you don't have to abandon it. Because in most situations, would be like, nah, never use it again. It's forbidden. And then the protagonist would be like, well, I'm going to use it when all hope is lost. But he's like, develop your other skills. Use it when you really, really need to. It may not have just been that kept Kovac alive, because it wasn't. All right, so. Never want to see a title of Just Let Me Die when there's a game involving a doctor. Because you know what that's getting into. Dramatic music. Emergency patient was just carried in. Vitals at 60, CS is 300. They don't ever explain some of these. Like the CS, I know that's a count of some like platelets or something like that, but they don't explain that. All right, so emergency, several bleeding lacerations on the right lung. Patient's vitals are unstable and necessitating extreme caution. 17-year-old case history is unknown. We found massive bleeding in her thoracic cavity.
Let's get started.
So she came in. She's only 95 pounds, and she's...
There isn't much time.
Get in there.
What the?
No external wounds, but only internal. Okay, so we drain the blood.
Doctor.
We use the forceps to close the wound, and then do
Good
that.
work.
So again, we close it up.
Doctor.
She's gonna make it. I hate to think of what would have happened if she arrived later. Was this the only thing that needed to be done?
Nice work, Dr. Styles.
That was a very short one. Every once in a while, it just throws you a bone. Like, okay, here's a short, easy one. Make you feel good about yourself. And then immediately follows up with something else. Where and what do those injuries come from? So keep in mind, the story is no external injuries, but her heart, like inside of her, she's just got massive ruptures, cuts, bleeding. Cuts along the girl's wrists. So she may be trying to cut herself. Now, I just want to say, for the record, this game came out in 2006, 7, or 8. I think it was 6. Before this a series of 13 Reasons Why that dealt with suicide. Just putting that out there. If you haven't watched YMS's watch along on it, I would highly recommend it. Get away! Never asked you to save me, leave me alone. It's alright. When I passed out, I could feel it. My chest was on fire. I was finally going to be free. Why did you bring me back? I don't want to live. So she's in pain all the time. Not pretty enough to date the populares. I'm too fat. My mom called me a failure yesterday because I may not even graduate. So she's not looking at things very positively here. And Angie out of left field. Then maybe you should die. So she's like, go end your life for all I care. And Angie is the one who's getting scolded now. Now, it comes from a place of these doctors work their ass off to try to save you, be a little bit more grateful. But it does come off a little bit. And we start to see the evolution of Dr. Styles. Not into AJ Styles, but regardless. What kind of surgeon are you? I thought you fixed me. It's not that kind of sickness. The doctor's job is more about just physical illnesses. There's Angie taught me that. Learning. When I was little, I had a cat named Tama. Oh no, we're getting an emotional backstory. We were playing one day and he ran onto the street. It wasn't fast enough to do anything. A car hit him and I blamed myself. Yes, we're using dead pet trauma as a storyline. Of course. I decided it was my fault Tama died. I really thought I had killed my cat. It's all I could think about. I told my mother I did a terrible thing and I wanted to die. What happened then? She slapped me hard. Ah! Child abuse! Excellent! The real solution to all of our problems. Do not take that out of context in a clip, please. Mama told me Tama would be ashamed of me and that she was too. But she also said that I was the one who should be most ashamed of myself. She said that to you? Who'd you grow up with, Linda? Huh? Do you have any siblings, or what about pets? Just my parents and my friends at school, I guess. Could you look those people in the eye and tell them that you wanted to die? No way, of course not. That's why I want to be left alone. And hold this. A mirror? Look at that girl there and say, I want to die. Tell her you're sorry. I think she deserves an apology. Tell yourself you're sorry. In the mirror. Do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Stop worrying about other people and start making that girl happy. Don't work hard in school for your mom's sake. Do it because you'll learn more. And be a better person. Become a better person. Don't let others decide whether... I feel like he's gaslighting her into being happy. Personally. It just comes off a little bit weird. Like, now tell her you're sorry. Do it. Granted, it's coming from a place of not, like, you know, caring. I like his mom. She seems fun. with all the goofiness that this game has, it does have some emotional like it resonates with me in certain ways, and I really do appreciate how they handled some of the what will be complicated storylines. Because I mean, obviously, when it comes to suicide, you don't want to give justification for a person to commit suicide, but you want to also be wary of the fact that, hey, shit happens and you may not necessarily always be powerful enough to deal with it. And again, good doctors will draw out the willingness to live, because we all want to live in our hearts. At least I think so. Her parents were there. All three of them started crying and apologizing all at once. So a lot more was going on than we thought. School, her father's job. I think we all handle our problems in different ways. Sometimes we have to need a doctor to help us deal with it. Sources are really equipped to heal psychological wounds. But, and that's the thing I like about what Angie says here. Don't sell yourself short. The thing that was changed in Dr. Styles was that he really started to push his empathy out after the mistake. And it starts to really show in certain situations. I hear there's a death doctor. Okay, new storyline. A what doctor? A euthanasia. Yep, we're going there. We just introduced the suicide, and now we're going with euthanasia. That doctor had been treating her when she has to die. Death doctor, huh? I really can't understand why anyone would want to die. Oh, would you look at that? Just let me die. Please let me live. I do like how these titles really do play off each other. It is a nice... Like, they thought about this. They thought about what was going on. Fun fact, Trauma Center Second Opinion, the subtitle Second Opinion, came out after they wanted something as clever as Under the Knife with DS, and they thought about it, and they're like, well, we have to do it again. Oh, Second Opinion. That was based off an old Atlas interview. I may have gotten a little bit of that wrong, though. I don't remember. New antihistamine. They're usually used to treat allergies. If she wasn't. "24 times the suggested dose. With headaches and emotional distress. Serious enough to prompt suicide. So it's in her body is being synthesized. Doctor, what is it? Reed's condition is getting worse. She's complaining about excruciating chest pain. It looks like she's having a really bad case of heartburn. But you know, as you do. Doctor, I want to live. I want to live, doctor. Please. We're operating now, and she'll lift the step. So, if you were thinking that this game wasn't going to, like, we've been getting a little bit more, like, over the top in terms of certain things, hold on to your butts. So, treat any bleeding injuries of the thoracic cavity, discover the source of lacerations.
I will save this patient.
Let's begin.
We're gonna top her off before we do anything because, you know, why not? They're back.
Proceed as normal.
still don't know why any of this happened. And we don't. The two last years, what's our next step? We need to close her up and have a closer examination. Now, suture the...
What is that?
Wait, what the hell's going on? Try using the ultrasound.
What?
Is that something swimming in her? Well, let's get rid of these. Incinerate with the laser. There's something swimming inside of her. Okay, well, let's get rid of these. Alright, find them.
They keep coming.
We're gonna put some more in juice in her because we need it. And then grab those. 3 of them? Oh no. No, 1 of them. It just did all that damage all at once. So let's find it, exercise it, laser it. Grab the juice, grab the juice, grab the juice. Did it. Let's close her up. Derek, Andrew, you both did well. Uh-huh, I did, because what the fuck? Could that have been guilt? What are they talking about? We're gonna find all that out in a minute. Oh, that was a horrible portion, but you know, as you do.
Nice work, Dr.
Interesting.
Styles.
You finally able to thank you, Dr. Styles. Of course. Wound did not reopen. Good. Specialist. Not bad. I'd like to remind everybody the details of this operation should be considered strictly confidential. Bringing Lynn's medical files to my office immediately. I'll provide updates when appropriate. That's all for today. Uh-huh. Doctor, could that have been guilt? How do you know about that? I don't know much. It was mentioned in my father's research. Ah, she's got a father in the medical field. Give me some time to examine the situation. Until then, don't mention guilt to anyone. Understand? Yes, sir. What the hell is guilt? Well, it's a feeling where you did something that you probably shouldn't have, but that... Okay. So, yes, we have little creatures that are swimming in us that can cause lacerations in this game. Now, granted, there are things like parasites, you know, worm, like, you know, tapeworms. Please come in. Pardon me, but why was I called to your office? Why don't you have a look at this examination report first? Who's this for? Linda Reed. What do these headings mean? I don't recognize them. Positive chiral reaction. Guilt positive spectral analysis G1R. Outside organization. Uh-oh. Last few years, a bizarre disease with varying symptoms has been reported in several isolated cases. The things they had in common? Each victim body turned against itself and they all died. Because of that, we believe each subject was infected with guilt. Gangulated utrophin immunolatency toxin. The bullshit explanation for guilt. Literally is a guilt victim. I'm surprised you were able to treat her without the proper resources. The organization we mentioned has requested you to join them. So, it's an outside organization that knows about this guilt thing, and they want Dr. Styles. My healing touch ability had nothing to do with this, because I never used it. The one thing that I will harp on this game on, I really wish it would have been like, well, you're just a good surgeon because you did it on your own. If you didn't use it. But I digress. Cadius? I remember seeing them listed in essays on cancer and AIDS treatment. Aren't they the ones who eradicated the TFTA influenza last year? Forefront of modern medicine. Well, I I mean, it's an honor, but it's also sudden. I'm not really sure what to do. You changed my whole life. You don't need to decide right away. Just remember this is a choice, not an order. He's against it. And this is a good point. It's the fact that researchers versus face-to-face patients is a completely different world. Kairaki Sunday. Death is denied those who seek it, though it be their destiny. They search for it like treasures, but the modern age conceals it. Yes, it is implying that medicine is stopping people from hitting death when they're supposed to. Meaning guilt is probably a man-made virus. And medical terrorism. Which is really interesting when you think about what has happened over the last several years and the claims of things like COVID and things that happened in terms of the blaming of a Chinese lab. Like, there is some topical elements in this. Which is interesting to me because it's just like, well, this was like in 2006. Granted, medicine has come a long way in 20 years, but 18 years, but it's still interesting. Think about. For the greater good. A common phrase that we've all seen in every medical and element that has hit the all the terms. Give me 1 second here. I just making sure that I don't do something silly. Just want to make sure that I can. I'm not going to overlap with anyone on because I'm not the only one who's streaming. By the way, there are other people who are streaming. Okay, so next one's at 7 p.m. So, like, usually I do 2 hours of streams, but obviously we're gonna play and do a little bit here. With tragedy recovery, Mr. Sasano. If my wife gets sick, I'll make sure you're the one operating on her. And well, it would probably be better if she doesn't get sick at all. I mean, reasonable. So we realize talking with patients is one of our jobs. Could I really leave that behind? Derek will be starting the operation briefing soon. All right. What are we doing? Mitral prolapse and regurgitation. Since complications may arise, it would be necessary to replace the valve with a synthetic one. Yes. Doing synthetic elements here. Place the valve in our heart with a synthetic one. You use your precision to exercise the valve cut 3 times, and to be cautious as possible. Understand? So we are performing heart surgery and adding a new valve.
Let's begin.
Things have jumped up in everything.
Let's begin.
There we go, disinfection completed. And we gotta do this with the heart too. The electrocardiogram is showing in an abnormality. Oh, the heart is having problems.
Vitals are critical. Doctor,
So she will go into convulsions regularly. The thing is, you'll notice that we dropped from 99 down to
Doctor.
23. All right, so let's bring it. Before that, we'll need to drain the blood. Drain the blood. Come
is normal.
Okay, so again, when you have the defibrillation, you have to wait to actually do it. You can see the R.
Treatment complete.
Now, one of the things I really don't like about this game is that when it hits the defibrillation thing, it's only sound-based. Come on. And you have to really... place the artificial valve in the location. Defibrillation. Gotta wait for it again. I think if you're shocking the heart this many times... I don't remember what I need to do next here.
Doctor!
Okay, so I've done that. I thought I had to just close up the heart. Sometimes the game doesn't also do a good job of, like, explaining what it wants you to do. Come on. There we go.
Amazing!
I do wish it would remind you at times what if you missed a step. Oops. Sorry about that. I should have. I mean, I've played this before. I played it up to a certain point, but I should have known that.
Nice work, Dr.
Human
Stylus.
body's truly amazing. Yeah, so is the ability to not fuck up. But, you know. Give me a second. Okay. My daughter, will Lisa be all right? No. Not at all. She needs about 2 months to fully recover before she can go back to school. But after that, she'll be as good as new. That's good news, though. Thank you so much, doctor. People are always worried about heart surgery, especially on children. No matter how much allows us to treat us. Oh, yay. Worried about the psychological stress, like that it brings that up because it is an issue. Uh-oh. Do we have another backstory? Reasons that he may became a doctor? Became a doctor so that no one else would have to die from an incurable disease, not ever again. That is like putting the weight of 200 boulders on your shoulders. Like Jesus Christ. New Beginnings. We're in Chapter 3. And we're going to learn a little bit about Cadius. Finding out. He's gonna be surprised I didn't get a chance to tell him about Sydney. Who could Sydney be? Could it be his or his other brother from another mother? I mean, no. His brother. Anti-infection measures. Established in 1980 as a top secret offshoot of HHS, Department of Health and Human Services. Outside of government protocol. That seems a little bit like, well, wait a minute, hold on a second. Says we have Sidney Castle, the director of U.S. Operations. My brothers told me a lot about you. After his wife died of a tragic illness. Angie's with us. Notice that we have some new equipment and new stuff. When I told you both were coming, he insisted on stopping by. He's in charge around here, so I'm so be saying a lot of it. Richard Dariani, I'm Richard Anderson. Well, perhaps it would be more appropriate to thank the both of you. Now, I know in a lot of cases that people will be like, uh-oh. Old white guy in a story that looks like he's about to backstab you. Rest assured, not necessarily in this case. Because that to me screams bad guy, hidden bad guy. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So we still have no idea of what's guilt. Social environments, challenging times, research and development, ensure this world health. What all this means, I'm pleased to have you both aboard. Dr. Claus, a residential surgical expert. I wouldn't say expert, there's always room for improvement. Now, the funny thing is, if you asked me what I looked like a couple years ago, I'd probably point to you to this more than anything. Granted, I don't have the long part of the beard in terms of the side, like the sideburns to the actual chin, but it's funny when this shows up. Not saying I am a highly skilled surgeon, by the way. I'm just a lowly software engineer. Lowly. Anesthesiologist Dr. Miles. Name's Sybil. Nice to meet you. Now, this is the most interesting character in my opinion. So she went into anesthesiology, which I would think that would take a bit, like knowing the right right dosages and everything. She used to be a police officer, but left the force to practice medicine. She's intelligent, very spirited. She kept her old name from the force, Iron Vixen. So she went from being a cop to a doctor in anesthesiology. Where did she find the time? And also, why anesthesia? Like, I could see, like, other things, but anesthesiology? Some of our staff aren't here today, so I have to meet them later. Think this will lighten our workload? Doubt it. Have you taken a list of the incoming patients? We got a lot of work to do. The public isn't aware of this, but we're on the verge of an outbreak. Oh no. Oh, at least they're getting more money. Let's get all the paperwork out of the way. Oh no, not paper. It would have been really hilarious if they just like, okay, now you got to sign all these forms. Make it the real experience. Just have you go through a level of just signing things. Who kept filling out employment forms could be so tiring. It's pretty late. Yeah. Hey, why did you come to Cadius anyway? Does it matter? Oh, her father just disappeared. Not really. Cadius is the new technology research material. I want to be here on the front line of modern medicine. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a good explanation, though. Like, I want to be on the front lines. This is the front lines. Potassium chloride's ready, so if we increase the sedative... Derek? Sorry, I gotta run. Yeah, I'll get back to you, dude. Surfer dude? No way. Tyler? No way, no way. You seriously work here now? Tyler Chase is surgeon at Cadius. He went to med school with Derek. Oh, we have a friend. He's very optimistic and tries to keep everyone in a good mood. I hope that doesn't turn out to be a front for anything later. I'm not implying anything. Yeah, I started today. I may say it's very much a pleasure to meet your gorgeous assistant. Oh, he's hitting on our nurse already. My name is Andy Thompson. Nice to meet you. And I heard him say the new guy's name was Styles, but this rocks. Didn't think you were adventurous enough to join Cadius. I mean, you weren't exactly an A student, man. Hey. Ruby's been hyping you as a highly skilled surgeon. What? Nobody told me anything about that. I don't want people expecting too much from me right away. Dude, you were requested and have the healing touch. Of course, people are gonna do this. People can change a lot in 3 years, you know. Hint, hint. You're probably one of the top 5 in our class. I guess you can see for yourself. Good luck, man. We ought to throw you a party or something. See ya. Hey, you're probably expecting this to develop over like 2 chapters or something. No. This game doesn't have time for that. Guilt. Several Goodfellas are currently hospitalized here at Cadius. We obviously need to treat them ASAP, but we don't know how. So at the moment, we're trying to slow the disease's progression. They had a lot of trouble operating on Guilt as well. Today's patient is similar to your previous experience with Guilt. I watched a video of your surgery at home, but you moved so quickly, I couldn't tell what was going on. But you do have it slow. You probably have the ability to go slower. Dr. Myers will handle the anesthesia, no problem. Myers is a tough chick there. You screw this up, don't expect her to ever work with you again. I'm trying to scare the newbie, Chase. It's a difficult operation. We don't have room for mistakes. Just do your best, kid. You got it. Alright, so we have chiral reactions of Taraki. So we've already operated on this strain. Hides inside the organs, attacking the tissue. Alright, so this is a repeat surgery.
Let's begin the operation.
But you know, sometimes that's good, especially when you've got things in the middle. And it story-wise makes sense. We get to know what's going on with you.
Let's begin. Doctor. Well done.
As you can see, if you get the ability to...
We've located the guilt.
Located the guilt.
Amazing.
Okay. We're gonna put some juice in this boy. I'm not sure how that cut is going across the intestines like that, but you know. All right, so we got more. Use that juice. Keep their health up. got the big boy. Come on, where are you? There you are. And we look at this. We hit you out. We hit you with the laser. You go back in. We look for you again. There you are. We drive you out of the body. Grab all of that. Everything's doing well. And then... So now it's explaining that guilt creates chirality. Using the chirons, we can detect a specific wavelength. Only distinguish guilt. Remind you to get chiron test equipment. Sorry for doing that. Okay, it's fine. Just would like to see a surgeon do that specifically. Just like be ridiculous in the sutures. Just like over the top. $150. That was incredible. Styles finished 30 minutes earlier than we estimated. Hopefully the patient will recover quickly as well. Looks like times have changed. Yeah, we're getting a little better. The darkness with... Oh, no. Are we going to get another backstory about somebody who's going through some shit? Maybe. All right, we're back to Cadius. Hey, Tyler, you around? Where could he be? I didn't think he had any patients today. Huh? Is this a new thesis? Guess he still finds time for academics after all. Netherlands, euthanasia. Oh, no. How could keep a euthanasia thesis in his file? Oh, there's a letter. Thank you, doctor. Because of you, my husband finally found... Oh. Oh, no. We'll bring that up at the next conference, then. How do I put these? I saw your stuff that was all over the place. Hey, what's happening, Derek? You need help with something? I was just coming to ask you about something. I was, right, medication for the guilt patient. Post-op medication? As far as I know, there hasn't been any. Oh, well, okay, if you don't know, then I'll just, sorry to bother you. See you later, okay? Wait, Derek. I've been meaning to show you something. You would have found out about it sooner or later anyway. What? I swear I didn't. Follow me. Hi, Tyler. Oh, no. There's a child. This can't be good. How are you doing, Amy? Not so good. Well, that sucks. Sorry I made you get up. Derek, this is my sister, Amy. She's been hospitalized for 2 years. You mean she's infected with guilt? Yeah. Amy's condition is the reason I came here in the first place. And now we're going to be treating on her. And this is his nurse, one of the many nurses on the staff, Leslie Sears. Amy hasn't been doing her homework lately. Amy! Come on, Amy. But it's so boring. Since you slack up, you end up dumb like your big brother. You were at the top 5 of your class. You can't claim that. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. Yeah, I guess it's payback for what I've been doing, huh? Huh? Look, dude, I know you saw my paper in that letter. I've been practicing euthanasia since I graduated. Yep. The cheery man who's been smiles has been practicing euthanasia. That's my deep, dark secret. I didn't think the Death Hour would be someone like you. Why would you do that? One of the professors I had before we met died of cancer. It's already too late when they found it. Professor Bonica told them that himself. All he had to look for was a few weeks of suffering and painful treatments. Good people shouldn't have to put me to pain like that, so I gave him the gift of a painless death. Yep. But that's... Of course people would prefer to live. It's only natural. But if everything causes pain and there's no chance of recovery, then are you really living? Yes, the game is going there. I mean, there are arguments been made. I believe, is it Canada that has recently allowed this? Go to Serbia, at least wait until Amy's gone, okay? If you aren't doing that to Amy, I won't let you. Because Amy is one of those ones who are infected with guilt, and are most likely gonna die, but we're the doctor who can save people, as opposed to all the other ones. Doctor, quickly, Amy's condition is getting worse. Her vitals are dropping, she's losing consciousness. What? Everyone, prepare. Hey, Angie, being impatient. I'm meeting the OR. Hurry. Tyler, this is emergency. Come on, hurry. What are you doing? Let's go. Can't operate on her. What? I have to. Haven't you seen the PET results? The guilt's already migrating. Her respiratory system is trouble, and the digestive tract is next. Are you gonna watch your sister die? Do you have any idea how many things we've tried? Dr. Klaus couldn't help, and he's the best there is. All he could do is thin out some of the tumors. I just watched you get weaker day by day. Amy doesn't have a lot of time left. What are we supposed to do? I'll tell you. We're supposed to leave her alone so she doesn't have to suffer. You really think cutting her open again and again is going to do anything? So what? You want to let her watch guilt tear her apart? You don't get it. She doesn't need to go through all this stuff. Oh boy. You call yourself a doctor? I'm Amy's brother before I'm a doctor. You think I'm going to watch my sister suffer just because of their job? Yep, we are getting into soap opera territory here. I don't care if I lose my lessons. We're talking about my sister. And then Angie comes in and is like, what are you all doing here? We have a surgery to perform. We may not be able to operate. What? The guilt's in her lungs move a lot faster than we expected. I'm afraid she's not strong enough to survive the surgery. What if we separate the operation into two procedures? No good. If we don't extract the guilt entirely, we'll be right back where we started. So everything is... And then the little girl, please do the operation. Coward, you need to consider what she wanted. Derek, can you handle this operation for me? I don't deserve to touch her, not with these hands. That honestly, there's like that of all things convinced you? I mean, she probably was like that before. So this is another more difficult surgery. Differs basically to an really gnarly one. It replicates the DNA while actively moving throughout the body. Creating new tumors. That's horrible. Good news though, we might have just know its weak point. What is it? Two flavors. Let's call them A and B. Type A and B like to eat each other when they meet up. Okay, but they don't need really strong, so they just kind of stall there. And if they're not moving, they're just like any old tumor. I'm hoping that we don't have to use the healing touch because
won't give up.
of course I don't. Okay.
There isn't much time.
Here we go. Let's get rid of these tumors
Doctor.
with a laser.
Proceed as normal.
And then indicators could appear at any time when you ever combine to form a tumor, use the drain to remove them. We keep on the laser, and
We've
there's our
located the guilt.
tumors. Come together. Let's drain them.
Chiral reaction decreasing.
And now...
Chiral reaction decreasing.
And now...
Hurry!
It's going crazy.
Don't! Vitals dropping. Amazing!
Get rid of the laser, or these tumors. Okay, we got rid of the ones in the stomach, although we're going to feed them up. So basically they're yin yang tumors that are going to cause us major problems. But while we're here, before we get into the lungs, let's get some more juice in us. Hey, Krill, how's it going? Good to see you. And there we go. You did it, Doctor. Amy's gonna be okay. It's a miracle. No, we got the lungs still to do here. Saved my sister. All right, and now we have twice as much fun. Because if the blue and the reds are hit, they're fine. But if blues and blues hit each other, they just cause tumor.
Doctor!
Grab that,
Power
grab
reaction
that.
is dropping. Vitals dropping.
Gotta get all these guys out there. Let's get some juice in them. Tumor. See, as there are more tumors growing, the amount that we can heal with this goes down. Right? Because the amount of damage that those tumors are doing is not enough to keep up. So we really do need to be on point.
The chiral reaction is negative.
And we got rid of them. Let's get all this sport in here. So seriously, what are the pleasures? But take it seriously? Yes, basically. For the Wii. And a little bit of anime flavor. I respect that. And then we've saved the patient that was going to die. Because we had the healing touch that we never used. Completed with 120 left. It probably would have been better if we used the healing touch because I still got to see. But, you know, details. If you want to turn me in, man, do it. So he's willing to go for his crimes. Huh? We edited that thesis you wrote and offered to Cadius. You've always been good at writing detailed papers. Despite how you use the research, your thesis is no exception. In innate painting, suffering, facing death, doctors and patients can both benefit from your research. Find a way to use that information to save people's lives. That's all I ask. Oh, there you are. Amy's gonna be awake soon. Don't call me. Why are you embarrassed of being called Big Brother? And now, remember how I said this game goes off the rails? I mean, we already have viruses swimming in the bloodstream. But again, that's only the start. Because we're going to an international conference. Excuse me, sir, you called for me? This operation is amazing. Your focus capture is simply unbelievable. This is a video of our guild procedure of the day. Are you watching me? And my secretary transferred it to my HDV media card. Sure, you really need to say that. Actually, watching this in slow motion actually reveals quite a bit. Anyway, have a seat. There's an event I would like you to attend. Okay. Hey, real fast. Need your signature for this. Victor, we're in the middle of a meeting. Yeah, well, this will only take a second. Victor Nago, head of the Cadius Research Division, responsible for a lot of the organization's proprietary medical... So basically, he doesn't understand the social element of don't come in during another person's meeting. He's a Healy Touch guy. I'm Victor from R&D. How's it going? It's going well. Nice to meet you. How's this, Victor? Looks good to me. Okay, later. Bye. Sorry, Victor doesn't concern himself with trivial concepts like manners. Our international conference will be held in Angels Bay. The conference will focus on the recent issue of medical terrorism. I'd like to attend as representative. I would like you to speak about the strains of guilt you treat and the steps involved. So this is something that doctors will do from time to time. Sure, others can do a better job. We're also showing footage of your operations. I'm afraid that you were there to explain the procedures step by step. Dr. Byers will be going, so I'll ask her to translate for you as well. I'm not exactly sure why she needs to be translating. We've established that this is in Los Angeles, supposedly, and I'm assuming that it's going to be done in other languages. I'm glad that's over. Thank you for your help, Dr. Myers. No problem. I think the video footage really got their attention. It could have loosened up a little out there, though. I'm not used to speaking in front of big groups. No one is, unless they've done it before. Probably just fall asleep. Well, I mean, listen, sometimes you just fall asleep. A lot of doctors are that way, but you still take many time to attend conferences. It's the only way to keep up with the latest technology. Being a doctor is like being a lifelong student. Good old Greg, huh? Now he was the one hell of a suit. Confident, through some jokes over his speech. Remember staying up all night helping make slides. Oh, there's some romance in there? What's that supposed to mean? Hear that? I think they started the next presentation. Ecclusive Disease Treatment Workshop. Next we'll have an update on our fight against medical terrorism. Langston Miller, Director of Kedius Europe. Alright, so military guy. Again, you always get concerned when a military person is brought into it because they're usually bad news. Oh, look, Delphi, the Greek oracle. Again, more Greece. They're hostile and organized. We believe there may be additional clues hidden in strange letters that arrive shortly before each Gulf operation. Received one of those at House Hospital. Town people to develop guilt. Yes, they were experimenting on people. Town was destroyed, facility long abandoned. Surely something that could lead us to Delphi. Proposed that Kitty send a research team to Africa. Alright. Oh, an explosive patient at an international conference. Uh-oh. So what? They have explosive diarrhea. They've got some sort of like internal combustion going on. Writing the summary report though. Oh, the lights went out. Oh, lights? What happened? What's going on here? Cinders are dropping. Is there a fire? You doctors and your temporary cures are worthless. We would all just die. Maybe people could finally stop living unnatural lives. What is this thing? Don't touch it! It's a bomb! Yes. We're going there. There's a bomb! Ah! A bomb? Come on, Sybil, we have to get out of here. The doors are locked. Sounds like it's over here. Follow me, Dr. Styles. What? But that's where the bomb is. Exactly. What are you gonna do? We have to run. There's nowhere to go but totally to follow me. We're gonna die anyway. What difference does this make me a man? Yes, ma'am. Sure. Going to dismantle the bomb. I'll assist you. What? So you'd rather do nothing? Are you going to sit here and cry for help like everyone else? Screw that. If this doesn't work, at least we can say we tried. I'm ready. Give us some room. Set up a barricade with the desk and tables. Everyone take cover. Okay, Dr. Styles, there's no turning back now. That's right. We're doing surgery on a bomb. Now, you may think, how the hell are we going to do that? I think everybody's clear enough. Remember, she worked in the police office. She was a police officer. Aren't you scared? Of course. But why should a doctor be afraid? I'm sure you've been in worse situations than this. We hold patients' lives in our palms of our hands every day. A little bit different. What could be more frightening than that? You're really brave. Oh, they don't call me the Iron Vixen for nothing. That's what Tyler said. He comes up with some weird nicknames. Actually, that started back during my days in the police force. I was in the crime lab, novice investigator, still stronger than all the guys. And I dated a guy on the bus. Okay, so we're getting secondhand information on how to deal with dismantling a bomb. Fantastic. Okay, sure. Now we can't afford to waste any time. Let's do this. Can't tell how this is constructed without opening the lid. And remove the screws.
Right or left?
So we're gonna screw it clockwise.
That's 1.
All right, clockwise.
Derek?
So you have a planner with blinking lights and screws that won't turn. Okay. They're unscrew in different directions. Yep. So some of them screw counterclockwise. Now, luckily for you, I know the
2
trick.
down.
We don't have to go through all the jazz
We only
again
have 1 more.
because it's just opposites.
Now for the next
All right.
one.
Lift the cover.
Derek?
Yeah, that's a bomb. Supposedly. Can you recognize it? Listen to me, Derek. Those hexagons can be destroyed with your surgical laser, but you cannot touch the panels that are lit up, which they're all lit up. Stabilize the voltage. So we have to now find what combination of these will get us on the red.
Pull it toward. Don't let go of it. Press it in.
Luckily for you, I know
Good work.
exactly which combination it is.
You're doing fine.
All right, good. And now we just have to make sure we get rid of all these
Okay,
panels
let's get it done.
without hitting the red panels.
Good work.
Or the bomb.
You're doing fine.
This is riveting gameplay. The fact is, you have to be careful because one wrong move will blow you up. Come on, rotate faster, please. And you can't do it from like here because it will actually be like now. Oh, that was.
Don't do
Oh.
that.
Yeah, see? Now you gotta wait for it to rotate. Come on. And you don't want to hit it, so it's gonna rotate again. And as you see there, even though I didn't actually hit it or anything, it blew up because I only get one chance. So again we go. Now you can skip through the text, luckily, with the
Let's
minus,
begin
but like
dismantling the bomb.
this mission is, I think, one of the hardest missions in the game because it is so
Ready to go?
long.
Right or left? That's 1.
And now that we know the information, we can just go
2 down.
directly.
We only have 1 more.
I also
Now
don't
for
like
the
the fact that
next
the
one.
rotation is always finicky.
Derek? Pull it toward yourself. Press it
And
in.
I actually have to push and pull with the Wii remote here
Good work.
to
Don't let go of it.
do this part. So
You're doing fine.
there we go, and now that's open up again.
Okay, let's get it done. Good work.
careful around the red ones. You don't want to go as fast on those because they can just
You're
come out
doing
of
fine.
nowhere. You gotta really wait for them to click out before you try.
Almost there, Derek.
Come on. Come over here. See, the problem is that you also, if none of them are flashing at any point, you gotta wait a little bit of time before they start to flash again, just because you may get it wrong. And you just don't want to take a chance. Come on. Here comes the regulation core. It's basically the center of the bomb. If you deactivate the bomb is useless.
There isn't much time. Hurry!
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is the fun part. Because it does not give you a lot of room to work with. And look at the time. See, that's the horrible part about this is like you have to go for it. You have to try it because unfortunately you will run out of time even though you just got to the core and you
Let's
had a lot
begin
of time on
dismantling
it.
the bomb.
You just you have to. It is again one of the more difficult ones in the game because
Ready to go?
like you want to be
Right or left?
understanding,
That's one.
but you also
Two down.
need to be a little bit faster than normal.
We only have one more. Now for the next one.
Gonna go fast through this.
Derek, pull it toward yourself. Press it in. Good work.
This one in. This one. In.
You're doing
All right,
fine.
back to the panels. All right,
Okay, let's get it done.
get it done.
Good work.
Now, as you get more panels down, the number of them decrease, which is nice. But it's still...
You're doing fine.
We're almost done. Don't lose it now. Yeah, I wasn't planning on it, so I don't want to blow up, personally.
Almost there, Derek. Don't do that.
That could have been bad. Detonating the bomb. Okay, see now we have 30 seconds to destroy it.
Hurry!
With 2 seconds left. Do not. I mean, we could have used the healing touch, mind you, and made that a lot easier. But where's the fun in that? Oh, Disney, I can't feel my hands. This we're alive, right? It's better than dying any day. Yes, lady. I know we'd be fine. Just bomb, no big deal. Woohoo! We're alive! Let's hear it for Dr. Styles. Yay! I believe we found the perfect candidate for the Africa mission. Yeah, that's how we end that. Oh, looks like he's the perfect candidate to do this. Let's finish the story. I will be signing out in a little bit here, but I said I would do like 2 or 3 hours, 2.5 hours is good. Start this episode. For me, this is sort of my birthday weekend, so start this episode. Yes. Again, this is all for charity. As you can see on the top, this is for Doctors Without Borders. If you have a chance, please donate. It would be appreciated. I will be donating myself in time, but I'm also donating my time. I was worried when I heard about it. Glad you both made it out safely. It's all thanks to Dr. Myers. She's definitely the toughest woman in medicine today. She asked her about some of her adventures on the police force. One of the best reviews. Dr. Styles, Candace International requested your presence as a part of the research team headed to Delphi facility in Africa. Lanston Miller was very impressed. Never left the country before. Well, you don't have much choice. I already accepted on behalf. Give it up, Styles, but Cindy said, you do realize it takes a lot longer to get a passport, right? Speaking of which, we should do something about that one of these days. Seeing the bomb disarming made me think of one of the old Eagle Raptor animation about Thomas Aaron. Really? I don't remember that one. The only reason Cindy went to school overseas was supposedly because everyone told me not to. Great, have fun in Africa. As long as your partner's reliable, I know you'll be fine, partner. And this is where we will stop. And yes, the next surgery is on a plane. But anyway, thank everybody for coming out. I will be continuing this tomorrow, Sunday. Playing through that a little bit more. Again, if you would like, please donate to Doctors Without Borders. They are a wonderful organization that is helping lots of people, but specifically overseas and everything like that. Go watch the next stream that will be coming your way. Will be at 7 p.m. today. It is DJ DL Jado playing Lord of the Rings Gollum, one of the worst games of 2023. So have fun with that, and I will see you all later. Have a good night, or have a good day. Always used to saying good